Greetings, listeners. Welcome to Consulting Between Friends. I am your host, Michael Holmes Jr. Well, Happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed their holidays. Also, for New Year's, I hope you had a chance to see some fireworks in your area. Now, let's us welcome in the new year 2022. The first big task in 2022 is redistricting in politics. When people hear the word redistricting, they are wondering what it is. What most people know about redistricting is something to do with politics, which is very true. But what most people don't know is how it affects them overall. Redistricting affects the person more than they think. For instance, where they live, where they vote, and schools for children. There is much more to go over about redistricting. I will break down what redistricting is and how it is important to be informed about the process of redistricting. The topic is redistricting, the aspects that affects the population in a state, part 1. We will return after a message from our sponsor. Everyone is always planning things, and advertising is needed to make it happen. So, if it's personal or business, let Pinpoint Designs and Images solve that problem. With Pinpoint Designs and Images LLC, you will receive quality work and professional service at a great price. The service that is offered: flyers, business cards, programs, invitations, photo books, ad booklets, and much more. Michael Holmes Jr., owner/principal designer of Pinpoint Designs and Images LLC, contact me by email or social media. Email address is pinpointdesignsandImages@gmail.com, and Instagram Pinpoint Designs, and Facebook Pinpoint Designs and Images. We are back. Redistricting is very important to everyone in the United States. Redistricting takes place every 10 years, and it consists of redrawing the maps of congressional and state legislative districts. Basically, the maps redrawn in all 50 states at a local level. This is what you call redistricting. In your state, you have different branches of government that determines the outcome of your state. For example, your state representative, the U.S. Senate, and the U.S. House of Representatives plays a factor in this process of redrawing the maps of redistricting in your state. When the maps are redrawn, this can affect everyone's way of life. For instance, in Louisiana, my state senator is Bill Cassidy, and for the House of Representatives, Congressman Troy Carter. Both of them are part of the redistricting process in Louisiana. The redistricting information is collected from the U.S. Census every 10 years. When you hear the word U.S. Census, you are wondering what this is. Well, the U.S. Census Bureau is a place where they collect data of the U.S. population in multiple ways. The U.S. Census Bureau is in charge of counting the number of people in the United States. They conduct different surveys about the population overall. One of the surveys is the U.S. Census, which collects data every 10 years of the population. This data is confidential and private from other individuals. The U.S. Census is required by the government to keep track of the population in the United States. Here is a list of the information collected from the U.S. Census. 1. How many people live in your home? 2. How are they related to you in your home? 3. Your name. 4. Your sex. 5. Your age and birth. 6. Your race and ethnicity. 7. Your current location where you live, for example, college or military. 8. Place of residence, for example, homeowner or renter. After all the data is collected from the U.S. Census, the redistricting process begins in the United States. The local government reviews the data collected from the U.S. Census and sees the demographic change in their state. Some changes are the population in the state, the racial aspect, the housing aspect in the state. There is other important data that affects the redistricting by state legislation and local government. For the state legislation, there is the State Board of Elementary and Secondary Education, known as BETSI, courts, and Public Service Commission. For local government, it is the Town Council, City Council. For Louisiana, Parish Council. Outside Louisiana, County Council, Police Jury, and local school boards. As you can see, redistricting process affects multiple parts of the government. For example, the school system and the police system by local government. The next big part of redistricting is gerrymandering, and it has caused multiple problems in politics. Gerrymandering has caused problems from a racial aspect and a population growth aspect. I will also list some of the organizations who are informing and fighting for the rights of other individuals in voting rights. We will discuss gerrymandering in the next episode. Next, I want to share something to my listeners. On December the 20th, 2021, the Jeremiah Group held a redistricting meeting for the public of Jefferson Parish at St. Joseph the Worker Catholic Church. This was the first time I participated in a redistricting process. I have learned a lot more about redistricting and how it's important to be involved. Since I really enjoy that meeting, I decided to go to another meeting that was scheduled January 5th, 2022. This one was held by the state of Louisiana. It was called a roadshow for redistricting in the state of Louisiana. This roadshow took place at University of New Orleans. At the roadshow event, this was a place for individuals of the public to voice their opinions of the redistricting process. I am glad I decided to attend both events on redistricting. I advise everyone to attend an event about redistricting in their area if they have the opportunity to. In closing, I hope this information I provided about redistricting that everyone have a better understanding of how important it is to know about it and participate in it. I advise that you inform yourself about the redistricting process in your state. One last thing. Remember to support Black business owners and speak up for your rights towards elections. In honor of Black History Month, I'm introducing 5 facts of African Americans in Black history. Maya Angelou, born 1928, died 2014, a poet and activist. Known for the poem Still I Rise and I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. James Baldwin, born 1924, died 1987. A novelist and a playwright. Known for the novel Go Tellin' on the Mountain, The Fire Next Time, If Bell Streets Can Talk. Shirley Chisholm, born 1924, died 2005. A politician. First Black woman elected to the U.S. Congress and first Black candidate for President of the United States. Benjamin Oliver Davis Sr., born 1880, died 1970. First African American general of the U.S. Army. Frederick Douglass, born 1818, died 1895. An abolitionist, author, public speaker, known for the novel Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass. Thank you for listening to Consulting Between Friends. This podcast is available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts, as well other platforms that are available. So like and subscribe. Need to contact us and leave us a comment? You can find us on Instagram at Consulting the letter B Friends. Once again, Consulting B Friends. An email address is consulting the letter B Friends at gmail.com. Once again, consulting B Friends at gmail.com. Consulting Between Friends. Thanks to everyone for making this possible. The host, Michael Holmes Jr. and co-host Shay R. Jones, the producer and content creator, Michael Holmes Jr., artwork cover, Michael Holmes Jr., original music, a DJ name slash, references, the U.S. Census Bureau, National Conference of State Legislators, known as NCSL, American Civil Liberties Union, known as ACLU, Brenton Center for Justice, The New York Times, LDF, Defend, Educate, Empower, content distributor Power 77 Radio,